Hey guys, kinggath here, and welcome to week one of my hopefully epic and never-ending Fallout 4 / Sim Settlements gameplay thing. I don't even want to call it a playthrough because I anticipate there's going to be a lot of playthroughs. First off, big props to all of you guys who participated in the suggesting mods. We are going to keep that going, so keep those mod suggestions coming. Remember the rule of one per episode per person, and include a Nexus link. Otherwise, I have to ignore your mods just because there's so many comments coming through, and I'm trying to keep up developing a whole lot of mods, so I've got to optimize my time as much as possible, and you guys helped me out with that, and a ton of you delivered with some really cool mods, and some that I'm like, how did I forget that one? And so what I've done is I've updated that document that you guys might have checked out in the first vid. It's always going to be linked below in these vids, and I've added at the very bottom, and I might not have gotten to all of them. I'm still chewing my way through. There were quite a lot of them, but I've added to the bottom a section of the mods that were actually recommended to me. So what I realized that when I first proposed the idea of you guys suggesting mods to me, I thought there would be just a handful. And it turned out that you guys went kind of crazy, and a whole bunch of you contributed mods. And I realized I'm going to run into a problem of installing all of these mods with each episode. It's going to be hard for me to keep track of which ones I've seen and which ones I haven't, and which ones are the ones that I installed versus what you guys have installed. So I'm going to just do a handful at a time for now until I get more into the playthrough, because it's been so long since I played Fallout 4 for real that I'm going to do it in chunks. And so for this first episode, I've just installed a couple that are kind of visual mods, things that aren't going to affect my the stuff I'm exploring and seeing, because I want to make sure I can differentiate between what you guys are telling me about and which stuff that I thought up myself already, or it's things that I'm already familiar with, etc. So we're going to do it in chunks. So this first episode, I have added 2 new mods, and one of them you guys are all wondering probably why I didn't have it, and that is True Storms. Now I'm giving credit to whoever the first person was to suggest the mod on one of these comments that followed my, we'll call them rules, but they're my personal rules of you need to include a link to the Nexus page and limit yourself to 1 mod. And so the first person to do that was Zeos Bob, and I have no idea, is it Gazette? How would you say that? Xaos Bob. I don't know how you say it, but we're going to go with Zeos Bob. And then the other mod we're going to be testing, and hopefully you're seeing it right now. Essentially, what I wanted to do was a before and after, or a side-by-side of the mod Enhanced Color Correction, which was suggested by Adam Pender. So with that mod, I actually have an ENB that I really, really like, and I'm wondering if they work together. And I'm also wondering if it looks better with that. So the ENB I have is in a strange situation. I have no idea where it came from or what its mod link is, because I've just had it forever. I got it in early 2016, never uninstalled it, kept a copy and moved it to my other computer. So I can't even recommend it to you guys. If any of you recognizes my ENB on the left side of the screen, please send me a link so I can share it with everybody. And now it's time for Add-on Pack of the Week. I bet you guys didn't know we were going to have segments, did you? Well, here we are. And the first add-on pack of the week is one of my personal favorites, Ruined Homes and Gardens by Ruined World. And this particular add-on pack has been around for quite a while. It was actually one of the very first released, and it originally had just some industrial and agricultural plots and has since expanded. In fact, it may have only had industrial at the very beginning. I have to go check through the history of that, but it now has agricultural, industrial, residential, and even recreational. And by the time you see this, it may even have more, as Ruined is always adding more features to it over time. So definitely keep an eye out for him to touch on some of those additional plot types. But it's a great add-on pack. Lots of beautiful buildings, very immersive. That's why it became one of my favorite, is that it really puts a lot of time thinking through how these buildings would look in a scenario like Fallout, where it's end of the world times and you're just kind of making use of whatever you can get your hands on, and they level up really nicely and just feel like a great addition to Sim Settlements. So highly, highly recommend it. Grab this add-on pack if you haven't already. It will be linked in the description below. So so we're experimenting with True Storms and Enhanced Color Correction, because those two won't really have a huge gameplay effect. Now I'm gonna just play this like I normally would play a game, and then I'll explore everywhere, loot like crazy, and hopefully we can come up with a video that's entertaining of you guys watching me play. I love looting so much; it feels so good. Now, one of the things I know about that I'm going to run into shortly here, and maybe I won't. Maybe I'll dodge it and I won't feel so annoyed. But as many of you guys know, I am hardcore about not having crap in my inventory, and that's why I never put the Sim Settlements holotape directly in your inventory. I know a lot of you guys hate that. I've now given you many methods to get it into your inventory without it having to just be dropped in, like MCM, I think is the best method for PC players. On Xbox, there's a little mod that you can install for 2 seconds, add it to your inventory, and then uninstall it. And but I'm told that our friend Mr. Coots has planted the Sim Settlements holotape out here somewhere, and I'm kind of hoping I don't find it during my little looting phase, because I don't remember exactly where people have said it is, just that it exists around here. Let's see here. Okay, so far so good. So I'm not gonna hunt for it anymore, and that'll just make me feel good. But I do recall seeing it in a former test of his mod and being like, "Oh, come on, man!" And I think we just talked about it on a podcast if you happen to listen to it. But yeah, so didn't see it, so that feels good. I did get a whole bunch of freaking holotapes dumped in my inventory, unfortunately, and I'm gonna go pop those off into my into the workbench here at Sanctuary, just so I can get them out of my inventory, because Sanctuary is one of the ones. So like I am going to, so while I mentioned I'm gonna do a Raider playthrough because I want to play through the Conqueror content for you guys, especially since we're like actively developing a bunch of it. But I think to start I'm gonna play this kind of like I would kind of RP. I'm not gonna like talk for my character or anything, but in the sense that in my eyes, if I were this guy coming out of Frozen, I would feel like pretty messed up right now. Like, holy crap, is this a bad nightmare? And then if I saw Codsworth, I could get some answers. So that makes sense to me. All right, now we got to get our bestie over here, Dogmeat. I do have everybody's best friend installed so that he can stay with me all the time. Okay, you guys are going to learn about a dream mod I have. So I have a dog, IRL, and he is my best little buddy. Unfortunately, he doesn't get as much time with me as he used to now that I mod, but I do try and play some fetch with him every day. And my dog is a French bulldog, a little guy, but he's a little tank. He's like a fat French bulldog, and not because I overfeed it, and not like fat like as in he's overweight from being overfed, but he's just a big boy. Like those dogs are usually around 20 pounds, and my guy's like 35 pounds. He's a big beastie French bulldog, and I want to replace Dogmeat with him, but unfortunately the animations would just look really silly. So if I ever get friendly with an animator, well, what Dogmeat's kind of tweaking out, I am going to, like, I would pay someone to make this if I knew somebody who animated well enough that would be willing to do that, because I would love to see my dog make it into the game. Okay, we got some fog rolling in. I think that's True Storms. Come on, Dogmeat, what's going on?
What are you doing out here all by yourself? You want to come with me, pal?
I'll be nice to a dog. We're not going to be a dick to a dog. He did nothing. That stupid Codsworth, though. That was weird that he didn't run over to me. I think we might have, there's some mod problems going on here already if he didn't come running to me. All right, let's turn that radio off so we don't get in trouble here. Ooh, this fog is pretty cool. I like that. I played with True Storms a little bit, but yeah, I don't remember it very well. And what the hell was that? Oh, the rain coming in. That is real slick. Okay, I see why you guys are into True Storms. Good recommendation. I'm glad I didn't avoid that just because I don't remember it. Ooh, those sounds. That's something. Now I might have to like tone down the True Storm sound because it's drowning out the sound of my own voice. In fact, 100% that needs to happen. That is great though. Good recommendation, guys. We're gonna cut that in half though, the volume, because it was making it hard for me to concentrate on my own voice. All right, but wow, that could be super immersive, man. In VR, that would be nuts. Oh, there's our friends, the mole rats. Hey, buddy. Yes. Eat tire iron. Get him, Dogmeat. Yes, rip his head off. It's time for the mod of the week, and I am going to talk about my favorite mod from my latest play session. The mod of the week is definitely True Storms. The atmosphere that this added was completely worth the install. I'm so glad you guys recommended that I give that another go. The sequence at the beginning in Concord just felt so much cooler in the rain, seeing that firefight at the beginning with Preston shooting his laser musket down, just having that realistic thunder, the moment at Red Rocket when the fog rolled in before the storm happened, and then the entire sequence after the museum with fighting a Deathclaw and all those raiders in the middle of that rain just was so epic, and I am not going to uninstall this mod anytime soon. So thank you to Fading Signal for making such a fantastic mod. I'm sure most of you are already using it, but any of you who aren't, highly, highly recommended. Kinggath, 2 thumbs up. Maybe we'll come up with a better rating system one day, but for now, that's what you're getting. I'm stealing the Siskel and Ebert. Maybe we could do like 5 thumbs up if we're saying we've got mutations. I don't know. We'll play with it, but definitely highly recommend True Storms by Fading Signal. That is getting that big, bold slap on it on the mod list because it seems to work great with what we've got going on so far. Now, one of the mods you guys have recommended that I am almost certainly not going to install, but I get the draw of it, and I used to use it myself, is Darker Nights. I will still put the first one suggested. I want to put them in that document under the suggested mods, but I'm not going to use it just because, and it's going to go under rejected with the explanation, but I'm not going to use it because it's just so terrible for YouTube videos. Like everybody I know who uses it, then every time they're at night, they're basically forced to sleep through the night because it just looks so bad on camera, and so I'm not gonna waste anybody's time with trying to figure it out if it's gonna work. All right, I was gonna try and sell all this stuff, but I know I'm gonna go talk to Jammer here and pick up the Sim Settlements holotape and do all that early stuff. So I'm gonna just clear my inventory, make some space, and get ready to do that part, and then we'll come back and organize later because I gotta figure out, because I know I'm gonna use. All right, so while we're making our way to Concord, I know a couple of things I'm going to do already. I think I talked about some of it in a part of the video that I know Rick cut because he told me I was rambling, and I am aware I do that. I know I'm a rambler, and I'm glad you guys are still with me regardless of that. But there was a part in there I talked about what I was going to do with all the different settlements during the Conqueror startup section. And I know I want to turn Outpost Zamonja into my main base just because that's a really cool settlement. Oh, I still hear somebody buzzing, but I don't see them. Did we get a bug? Sometimes there's a bug I've found in this game with the enemies where they will continue to make all sorts of racket after they're dead. But anyway, so I'm not sure how I want to handle like Sanctuary and Red Rocket. I started those empty, both because I didn't want to risk screwing things up with quests or anything, but I'm also thinking, I think Sanctuary, what I want to do is turn that into my normal settlement. So that's going to be one where I like really build through. I'm going to do like the full Industrial Revolution tech tree there. So you guys can see all the different things, how they unlock each other, and I'll, spoil all those secrets that they are actually available now. If you ever got stuck on stuff in Industrial Revolution, the community figured it all out pretty quickly, and it's all posted. There's a sticky on our forums that has all that information, but we'll go over it all in here too. And we're actually going to do it we're going to test my memory because it's been so long since I developed that tech tree. We'll find out if I actually remember it all, and we'll do all of it too. We'll do all the quests in Industrial Revolution. We'll unlock the Euclid Sea Finder. We're gonna have some fun with that, because I don't even know if I would remember all of because that quest is very long, and it's not a real quest. It's a hidden quest. Like there's a quest going on in the background, but it doesn't give you objectives. It's designed to be like really intense for people who are people who like adventure games, who like to just like you get a little hint and you got to figure it out from there. I am a big fan, and so that's what I did with Industrial Revolution. So, but I know not all of you guys are, so that's why I had no objection to anybody posting those cheats. Oh, that's really cool. I think, this is Beantown Interiors. This little nuclear lamp. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, you. I'm talking to you.
Shout out to Jan Shady Green, who really did a great job voicing
Quick,
Jammer.
Before they see us talking.
But I really love this sequence we came up with of having you kind of have to choose. You get the opportunity to choose between good and evil with these two guys across the building from each other. It's a lot of fun.
See, keep your head down, yeah? And don't stand out in the open so much for shit's sake. You want to get shot? Look, just keep your mouth shut for a tick and hear me out. I got a kind of proposition for you. I need you to kill all the douchebag raiders ahead of me while they're preoccupied killing those dumbass settlers and their white knight. Never mind why, I got my reasons. You gotta do that anyway if you want to get that sweet-ass suit of power armor I can see on the roof. Keep it, and I'll pay caps on top of that. Plus more to come if you get the job done. You may have to kill the settlers and the goody-goody. They don't matter, though. Kill them if they're in your way, or leave them. Up to you. Personally, I just off them. Come back to me when you're done.
All right, I think this is where we bust out a gun. All right, so I got to talk about something here real quick. So I am going to be complimenting things in Sim Settlements a lot, and that's not me tooting my own horn. I think you guys have heard me say many times now that I am not alone on this. There are so many people involved in Sim Settlements, and like I don't do any of the writing, I don't do any of the voice acting, and like the work they do is very impressive to me, and so I'm going to compliment them on that. I'm not going to, you're not going to hear me ever anything if I don't compliment it and you guys think it's cool. It's probably because I did it and I don't want to be, oh, that was beautiful, complimenting my own stuff. So yeah, if you guys hear me complimenting things, it's just because it's stuff that I didn't do, that I'm just really actually appreciating in the moment for what it is. And so like Jammer's voice acting I really like. I'm glad that we've got somebody who can do that good of work, and it makes it just makes it feel better. Like it makes it feel less mod when the VA does a professional job. All right, kiddies, it's that time again. It's endorsement time. I know, first episode, we haven't had an endorsement time yet, but this is going to be something I do every episode. We need to give those thumbs up to these mods that we had a good time with in this playthrough. It only takes a second, especially if you're using Vortex. It's built right in the interface, so there's really no excuse to not be endorsing these mods. And especially early on, when a mod first comes out, endorsing it is a great way to get it on the hot files so that everybody sees it. That's what usually the stuff that ends up featured on people's YouTube videos. And I assure you, even if a mod author says they don't care about how many people download their mods, they're lying. Everybody wants to know that their work is appreciated, and mod authors are some unsung heroes out there because they aren't even making money like all those YouTubers who are asking for your thumbs up and comments. And so I have to encourage you guys as a mod author on their behalf to give them those thumbs up. Go put a comment in their section telling them how much you love the mod, and just share that love, because I assure you those mod authors are operating on that as fuel. If you ignore a mod and don't tell them you loved it and you had a great time with it, that mod author is substantially less likely to continue if they don't know people like it. So we're going to go through now and we're going to tag the mods that I had a great time with today. So obviously True Storm's mod of the week, that's going to get that thumbs up there. Looks like Beantown I already had hit, but it definitely deserved it. Then we've got Live Dismemberment. I had a great time with that. There were some great moments of ripping limbs off of people. Appreciate that very much. I really liked Pipe Shotgun. I love a shotgun, but the double barrel just doesn't do it for me. It annoys me to have to reload it all the time. So the Pipe Shotgun filled a nice hole there where I normally would have to wait for a combat shotgun. Really love that. We've got Better Cooking. Obviously Ruined Homes and Gardens. Well, I already tagged it, but that would have got one if I didn't. Like I said, that's all the time it took. Just takes just a moment to go hit those thumbs up in Vortex. If you're using Bethesda.net or Xbox, there's a like button on there. You can also favorite it so that they can see how many people have favorited it, and that's real exciting to see those numbers. And if you've got the extra time, go on a Nexus and post a comment. Just shower them with your love, and I'm gonna go do that too after I am finished recording this video, and you guys can find out. You're gonna go look at the True Storms comment, and you're gonna see me gushing in the comment section there. So guys, don't forget to endorse your local mod author. So one of the things I think I'm gonna do in this playthrough that I never ever do in these games is actually let my character go nuts on taking drugs, because which actually that might, damn, I should have thought about, no, you guys are probably all thinking this when I first said I'm not gonna plan in advance, but that's gonna make me want to get Party Boy. Wait, does Party Boy have anything to do with chems, or is it just alcohol? Wait, where's the one? There's one that has to do with chems. Let's see here. Okay, so I can go down intelligence instead of charisma, because I don't really want to play the charisma character this playthrough. Even though I just said at the beginning I like those charisma checks. I just want to play something a little bit different. So but yeah, I think we're gonna have to get chemist if I'm gonna go that route, because I think that makes playing with chems that is really disturbing to me. I know exactly why it happens. I just have never noticed it before, so I don't know if that's coming from a mod. Like, I've never noticed it in this building. And especially after the development of Conqueror, I have done this sequence many times, so this is new for me to see that happening. So that's definitely something weird going on.
On the balcony, I've got a group of settlers inside. The raiders are almost through the door. Grab that laser musket and help us, please!
Will do. Alright, I'm just grabbing all this equipment. Oh, we got another level up. That's exciting. What the hell? Somebody already robbed you naked? Or you were just hanging out fighting in your undies. That's pretty wild, dude. What's our shotgun shell count look like? Oh, yeah, ammo. Here we go. We're getting a respectable number. Or is that what that gun used that I had? This one uses shells, this one uses shells, yeah. Oh, look at the massive difference in range on these two. So this one is 17, but more accurate. This is a 35, but way less accurate. Okay, so we know eventually we're gonna want to get to chemist, but we're not ready for that yet. All right, let's took Bloody Mess. That was a fun one. One of the things, though, I know like automatically with Jammer is that the chems are a nice, cheap way to build up your raider army. But I am going to be playing through more of the game than just Jammer stuff, so I got to remember that. All right, you know what? We're going to do this perk point is reserved for either hacker or locksmith. The next one we run into, we're going to grab it. We'll do it that way. All right, let's charge up.